CRT members gather for a pre-extraction briefing.
He's been up there for over a week without a shower, feces, urine all over the cell. Gonna go up and do our usual snatch and grab.
CRT approaches the inmate for the second time. He's lying in his bed and still refuses to exit his cell.
Come to the door. We want to cuff you up so you can take a shower. You want to be pepper sprayed?
A deputy sprays the area, while the inmate takes refuge beneath his blanket.
You guys masking up?
The officers empty the entire canister into the cell. The inmate doesn't react.
Come up here to the door. You got your big can?
They'll need to use a second can of pepper spray.
Come to the door.
Finally, the inmate starts gagging and succumbs to the spray. CRT places him in a restraint chair and wheels him to the shower.
We pepper sprayed him, almost 2 cans, and he was a person that may have some mental health issues, and he was resistant, at least he was resistant, to the pepper for the longest time.
Inmate Bam Davis also suffers from mental illness. He recently attempted suicide during a CRT shakedown. Medical staff discovered that it wasn't medication he ingested, but seeds from a particular type of fruit, a fruit that naturally contains trace amounts of cyanide. Davis hoarded the seeds until the dose was lethal. The jail staff saved his life.
The thing is, you know, I've been here for 2 years, and they think that I was cheeking meds, and I was trying to get rid of them for the shakedown. The truth is, that day I just kind of hit a roadblock, man, and I just wanted to end it, and I'm done with this, man. Like I said, I've been here for 2 years, pre-trial. I haven't been convicted of anything, and this is my life right here for 23 hours of the day. After a while, you start hearing voices. I mean, what are you supposed to do for 23 hours? There's only so many letters I can write. I've read almost every book on the floor. You just get tired of this, you know?
Suicide attempts aren't uncommon in correctional facilities throughout the country.
A lot of these guys are special needs inmates. They have a lot of medications. They don't interact well with other inmates. You have to keep an eye on that.
I'm at Spokane County Jail. I would like to go back to my red sand castle.
The staff monitors these detainees daily.
They can't get help at the mental hospitals. They're walking the streets, and many of them get arrested. And then they get put into jail, and the jails sometimes become a quote-unquote mental hospital for some of these people that the system just can't handle.
The staff must also deal with inmates who haven't officially been diagnosed with a mental disorder. Cole Strandberg falls into this category.
They say that I'm the #1 paranoid schizophrenic in the world.
Among the crimes of which he's been accused, shooting a woman in the head with a crossbow and decapitating a cat. Strandberg will soon attend a court hearing to set up a mental health evaluation. The stakes are high.
It could affect where he's incarcerated at. It can affect, well, his whole life. Plus, it can affect whether he gets the death penalty or not.
If you got the magic words for me, I can turn into a gargoyle. Seriously. It's called alchemy. I can do that.
Up next, brazen inmates defy authority.
Just keep eyes and make sure the cops can't see you.
And later, Strandberg heads to court.
They'll either commit him or he'll stand trial.
Trouble lurks behind the cell doors of Spokane County Jail. When they open, all hell can break loose. officers outnumbered 4-1. Sergeant R.D. Smith and his corrections response team go out of their way to make certain that the rules are clear and that inmates respect authority.
Stand up, inmates, right now. Hey, what do you need? You need a shower.
Sergeant Smith has a simple philosophy when it comes to dealing with detainees.
I try to be firm, fair, and consistent. The relationship I have with inmates is pretty much on a professional level. They need to know that they're in jail and they're not my buddy.
Many inmates will go out of their way to bend the rules or challenge the staff's authority.
I'll do anything I can. Okay. I have no respect for authority.
Obviously, he does have respect because he's doing what he's told to do.
Inmate Dennis Sprayberry picks up and delivers laundry throughout the tier. He's been at Spokane County Jail for almost a year and will be heading to prison. He just received a 10-year sentence for conspiracy to commit robbery. Being convicted has not tempered his attitude one bit.
Anything we're not allowed to do, we'll do it anyways. The guards think they run it, well, we run it.
He has numerous ways to buck the system in order to relay messages and exchange contraband. And his job provides the perfect opportunity to bend the rules.
I don't know, it's weird, just the smallest things in jail, you get enjoyment out of. Like coming out to do this laundry, even though it's a dirty job, I enjoy it. Because I get out of my cell more, plus I can pass it amongst my homies.
Today, Sprayberry sneaks in hot water for one lucky inmate. It's one luxury item that's forbidden during lockdown.
They say no water, we say we'll give water to our friends. All right, so what we got here is he's got a piece of paper. I got some hot water. We're not allowed to do this, but he can slide it under the lock. So he does this, and then on the inside of the cell, he got his cup ready. You ready?
Yeah.
Then I just go like that, and then you just keep eyes and make sure the cops can't see you. Right, bang. Pulls it in. Says good looking out. There's a nice cup of coffee.
Other detainees have their own ways to beat the system. Michael Painter, a.k.a. Temper, is charged with second-degree assault and witness tampering. He faces life in prison. His girlfriend, Maggie Mae Tyler, lives one floor below. She's accused of second-degree murder.
Things are difficult because she's here on a murder case, and it's like I'm looking at the rest of my life, and she's looking at the rest of her life, so we kind of go through it together, you know what I mean?
Temper and Maggie met on the outside.
Well, that's my guy. He's a good dude. I've known him for a long time. He loves me.
They prove that love in lockdown is still possible when you have a so-called sync phone. Even though they live one floor apart, they use the